got a big challenge in front of us. You know, I think this is a really good Giants team. I think they're building confidence as the season goes, and certainly, you know, they create a lot of problems on both sides of the ball. This will probably be the first time that this offense is going to be all out there together. They have so many good players with the young quarterback. When they're all out there together, the problems that they create are really a difficult task for us.
You just got to pick up and go. You know, it's the only thing you can do. If you sit there and think about, you know, what happened 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, last week, you know, it's not really doing you much good. The next guy up, you know, it's going to take all the guys that we have. And every week when we step out there, it's, you know, go win the game. We work long hours and extremely hard to go out there and win.
We have a resilient group of guys. You know, we have pros in this locker room. That's all we can do. You know, so put the games behind us and work towards this next game. So we have to keep moving on, and that starts with work.
Hi, my name is Logan Thomas.
I'm Frank Ragnow.
Trey Flowers.
My name is Kevin Strong.
I'm David Blau, and I play quarterback. My mom is a 2-time cancer survivor.
My mother had breast cancer and overcame it. Mom, just seeing how you just battled every day and kept a positive smile on your face and made sure that the kids were okay, all your kids were okay, and everyone else was happy was just incredible.
My sister Jasmine, she a survivor of breast cancer. Well, she first got diagnosed when I was away in college. I was not around as much, but when I did come back home, you know, I took her to a couple of her treatments and things like that, and if, you know, she can be as strong as she is going through this, fighting this terrible disease, problems I have, I can overcome.
The way my mom battled, the way she continued to love her children and her family is really the memory that I have of our fight with cancer, because it really is everybody involved who's fighting it together.
My dad's been battling cancer for about 2 years now. We made a deal a while back, right before I ended up coming up here to Detroit. It was for if he keep battling cancer and he stay strong, stay positive, and stay inspired, I would do the same. I would get up every day, work hard.
I played for my grandmother, Shirley Thomas. My grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer going into my freshman year in college. Now she's in remission, she's doing great, and I'm so proud of her. Every day during her time, she fights and stays strong. It gives me the inspiration to do the same.
Love you, Mom.
I love you a lot. You know, you definitely taught me to be a fighter.
I love you, Mama. You're an inspiration to us all. And Brian and Toby, keep fighting the good fight. You inspire me every single day, and I've always got you in the back of my mind.
I love you. Keep doing what you do. Can't wait to see you soon.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep pushing, and you keep pushing, and we pushing together. I love you.
You know, got to go out and got to practice well today. You know, I think big emphasis this morning through meetings about the red area. You know, I thought last week I thought our Friday practice overall as a team could have been better, and I think some of that, showed up in the game. So it's important for us to go out and just dial in exactly on, what we need to get done on all three phases so that we can work together better in the game on Sunday. So, got a big challenge in front of us. I think this is a really good Giants team. I think they're building confidence as the season goes, and certainly, they create a lot of problems on both sides of the ball. Offensively, they have some skilled players that are just so dangerous. Starting with obviously the running back, Barkley, and the tight end position, Ingram. When you watch him more and more, his speed, it's really a major issue, especially down there, size matchup and stuff. And then defensively, the packages that they mix and the pressures and things like that they're bringing down in the red area are really hard. And I think that's something that we're probably going to see in the game, a lot of those types of looks. So we're going to have to do a good job of executing. So we're excited for practice, ready to get out there and finish off the week. I think the guys have been working really hard this week. It's been really good to see. So, we'll go from there. But just a good Friday playing in front of us. So that's what we're looking forward to. What we got?
I'm sure you either seen or heard about Darius Slay's comments from yesterday. Your thoughts on that, and how do you address it?
I think for me, Darius he's passionate about this team. He's passionate about his friends. He's passionate about football. So, for us, I know these decisions impact everybody, players, coaches, people throughout the building. That's certainly, always the case. And they're never easy. We're always trying to do what we think is best at the moment for the team, and we move forward. So we addressed everything as a team, on Wednesday, and really thought the guys have done a great job of turning the page. I think for us, the bottom line is, we haven't played well enough to win the last, several games, and all we want to do right now is just go win. We want to try to go win, and we know that that's going to be all about preparation and practice and getting better through the course of the week to be able to go play well against the Giants. So that's our focus. Hopefully have a good day today at that and do the same thing.
He said he had spoken with you about it because he has taken it so personal, and in light of what he said yesterday, do you talk to him this morning, yesterday, last night? Is there something that you do to talk with him personally about everything that went down?
You know what? I haven't spoken to him individually, about it. Spoke to the team, as far as that's concerned, and I always, obviously, leave all of those conversations open. Come on, let's have conversations, or if there's questions. But really, I think that the team is just we're just driving towards the Giants. It's really kind of been the focus from that standpoint. So, really, just kind of where we're at.
What level of concern is there when a player is as disgruntled as he is to, speak up about it, that it might creep over into the game, might creep over into other players, and maybe that's the sentiment, even though he's the one that said publicly that he's in the locker room. Yeah. That has to be a concern, right?
For us, I'm really just going to go off on what we're doing, try to prepare to get ready to go, and that preparation so far has been good. And like I said, we got a big game with the Giants. That's really where our focus is, and that's what we got to do. And we're talking about the Giants. We're talking about how we got to play the game, and that's probably the most important thing for us. This stuff happens, and everybody, they've got to just move on and go forward, and that's what we're trying to do. So for us, we understand that the conversation for us needs to be the Giants. That's most important.
Being here a week from now after the trade deadline?
We always anticipate everybody being here. We're going to just go and work hard and do everything we can to get better. Absolutely. I hope I'm here.
Yeah, but just one of the things about trades, it sometimes puts pressure on the guys who are left behind and take those spots, as if there's not enough pressure on the secondary. But you have to just talk to guys like Will Harrison, just play your, just do your job, type of thing, not get caught up in any of that stuff.
Honestly, it's the same conversation. No matter what, right? Injuries, guys available, guys not available, who we need on the 46 for that particular week, who's not. So for us, it's just about preparation, being ready to go, and whoever's in there's got to go execute at a high level. So whatever those roles are for whatever those players are that are out there, we expect them to go perform at a high level and give us a chance to win.
Saquon, you're coming off a game against Dalvin Cook, similarly dynamic runner. Just because you've watched the film and you saw some of the flaws and are correcting some of those problems, does that help you in any way heading into this particular matchup?
Good question. I would say that the run games are different. Just the core concepts are different from that standpoint. Both really good individual players. Both have different styles from that standpoint. And one thing about Saquon is that he's just so patient towards the line of scrimmage. I would say the Minnesota running game is a little bit different, where it's a little bit more press, press the gaps, move the fronts, press and cut off of that. This is definitely downhill, shoulder square, be patient, find the hole, and then really everyone's kind of ball could go anywhere from that standpoint. I think what a dynamic player they both are. They both have that ability, a little bit different skill set from that standpoint of what they do. Both have incredible speed. Barkley's got the unbelievable size and speed. His combination is, it's really a problem. And he comes downhill with it, so it's coming at you directly. So I would say from that standpoint, each week you're trying to correct those plays that hurt you from the previous week and make sure those are handled. They certainly can show up from week to week. We saw plays last week that Minnesota had not run, but plays that we saw earlier in the season that hurt us, and we were able to, get those under control, which was good. So we expect to see those plays from week to week, and certainly the Giants have those in their playbook also. But as far as the overall run philosophy, it's a little bit different from that standpoint. So we just got to be really sound as far as defending what they do.
Snack said earlier this week that offenses are handling him a little bit differently. Can you explain what you meant by that? And what different looks is he getting maybe?
Yeah. I think we're definitely seeing a little bit of different schemes for some of our fronts that we're playing, maybe than what teams were used to last year. I think some of that stuff they're still trying to figure out. There's obviously a year of tape of it, and some of those adjustments that they've made, we have to be able to adjust back into that. So I would say he's seeing some different type of blocks that come at him, maybe more than we were able to kind of get him, after with the trade and everything like that, and kind of throw him in mid-season. They were probably still trying to figure that all out. There's a lot of tape on that as far as where he was playing. So we got to just kind of move it a little bit from that standpoint to stay ahead of it.
So when you get to Friday, you said last week you could kind of sense that things weren't clicking maybe the way you wanted them to be in practice. Like, what do you do to make sure that that's not happening again? Or if you feel it again today at practice, how do you make sure it doesn't carry over?
I think it all starts with conversation, communication, and expectations for the day, making sure that the effort is high from that aspect of it. And, I think those guys, as we spoke this morning, they want it right. They want to do it right. And certainly if there's things that we need to do over or we need to repeat, we're not afraid to do that. We'll just line back up and get it right and try to just make sure that we're good in all those situations. But hopefully we just get it all right the first time. Everyone's trying, everybody's working from that standpoint. So, we'll see how it goes.
Obviously that are sort of back to practice. Mike Daniels, how did he look yesterday, his first practice back, and Da'Shawn Hand, if he's able to return this week, what is he?
Yeah. I think Mike, tried to go out and come out of his hips and hit the bag and do some of those fundamental things that just haven't done from an individual standpoint in a while. So progress, thought it was progress from that standpoint. Can't really say where the end all is right now, but that's progress to get out there and do that. I think Hand's had a good week. I think he's, gone in consecutively now and practiced at a high level. We were able to be in pads, which was really good, and then come back and practice the next day and then put a third day together, here today and see what it looks like. We're still trying to build a cumulative amount of reps with him because of what he missed earlier in the season, but I'd say we're getting closer from that aspect of it. Yep.
Can I ask you a quick one about their offensive line?
Yeah.
Kevin Strong mentioned that Will Hernandez was maybe the strongest offensive lineman he's ever faced. I know he's a Senior Bowl guy. You guys always put a high emphasis on that when you're scouting. Like, what did you see from Hernandez then, and sort of how he's translated it?
I think some of those things that you saw in college and they will transfer into the NFL, his ability to be so stout, at the line of scrimmage. A lot of those guys are trying to rush him down the middle. He's a big guy. He's got incredibly strong hands. He can anchor, he can sit, and those guys aren't allowed to really, or not able to push the pocket on him when they do those sort of things. So there's different ways that you need to attack that, but he is extremely upper body strong with that, and he's a big guy. And, when offensive line play, some of that stuff's really hard, but when those guys get their hands on you and you're trying to get off, trying to get separation from that standpoint, he's got pretty good length with it. It becomes really difficult. Obviously Nate Solder's another guy I have a lot of familiarity with. Jalapio, who's playing center, I've also have experience with him, and then Remers on the edge. So I think that group is just starting to gel. They're starting to come together, and a couple new pieces in there, but I think those guys are getting better. But certainly at the guard position, I think those guys are playing really.
Every day is important. I just try to maximize just getting better on my technique, footwork, and then of course just being in pads.
What have the last 2.5 months been like for you? How tough has it been to watch your team, not be able to be out there? How
What else have you been doing?
I've just been working, just doing what I'm asked to do, and doing a little extra when I can.
Any sense of what the energy and the attitude was like at practice today? Coach was saying maybe last Friday wasn't quite where he wanted it to be. Did you see or feel a little difference out there today?
Everybody came out to work, tried to execute so we could be ready for the game.
What would it be like if you get cleared to play Sunday? What would it be like?
I'm gonna go out there and do my job, the best of my abilities. I mean, I've just been trying to do everything right, you know, so hopefully I succeed at that. Yes.
How big of a role do you think you can have whenever it is you finally get back?
That's an irrelevant thought, you know. And you know my saying, irrelevant thoughts lead to irrelevant results. I'm just going to go out there, do what I do, and don't worry about the things I can't control.
You are smiling today. Were there days throughout this process where the smile was not as big?
I'm happy to be alive and be here. I still got my job. I'm still on the line, so why not be happy?